I'd like to thank you for this opportunity today to talk about Citi's transformation since the financial crisis. As it was for many Americans and many institutions, the crisis was a searing experience for our firm. We greatly appreciated the assistance from the U.S. taxpayers, and we're fortunate to be able to repay those debts with significant return for our taxpayer. And that experience has made it a mission for us to never be in that position again. Since the crisis, Citi has become a smaller, safer, stronger, and far less complex institution. We've transformed our institution not just in terms of capital and balance sheet and earnings, but also in terms of control, risk, audit, and compliance. We also renewed our commitment to the communities that we serve. We've gone back to our roots today as a bank, and we have two primary lines of business, our consumer bank and our institutional clients group. We are not a financial supermarket, we are not an insurance company, and we are not a hedge fund. As the most global of the banks here today, Citi is rightly scaled to serve its clients, many of them U.S. multinational corporations, wherever they do business. Whether it's Ford, Procter & Gamble, Colgate, or the United States government, our global network provides our clients with an American institution to help them compete in a rapidly changing world rather than having to rely on a mix of foreign banks. And while we take pride in our work with some of America's best-known companies, we also invest in small business, and last year we lent them $12 billion. To some extent, our restructuring was the easy part, and as we've learned, rebuilding trust is much harder than rebuilding your balance sheet. That's why we've invested in our culture and made ethics a foundation of our firm. In fact, in 2014, our board of directors became the first to establish an ethics and culture committee. And while we've had issues to overcome since the crisis, we've continued to make steady progress at strengthening our culture. We've also focused on building a truly diverse and inclusive culture at Citi. We've made our representation goals public, and we've been very transparent about our gender pay gap. One of our strengths is putting our balance sheet to work to improve the communities we serve across the country in tangible ways. Last year, we catalyzed more than $26 billion in infrastructure investment, including housing and community development projects. We often do this when smaller financial firms don't have the resources to tackle those difficult problems. This includes financing the new MLK Hospital in South Central Los Angeles and helping the city of Detroit rebuild its street lighting grid. We're especially proud of our role as the country's leading affordable housing lender, a title that we've held for 9 straight years. In 2018 alone, we provided $6 billion to finance more than 36,000 affordable housing units. We financed the renovation of the New England Home for Veterans in Boston. And we've helped restore the Ocean Bay Apartments in Far Rockaway, New York, a public housing complex which was severely damaged by Superstorm Sandy. We're also acutely aware of the challenges that the approximately 25% of Americans who are unbanked or underbanked face, and we've been a leader in financial inclusion. In 2014, Citibank launched the Access Account, an account which has low or avoidable monthly charges, no overdraft fees, and is one of our fastest growing products. And we now provide the 440,000 customers of 25 minority-owned banks, community banks, and credit unions with cost-free access to our ATMs. Thank you again for the opportunity to speak with the committee about the progress we've made as a company, and I look forward to your questions.